And once you've done that, you do that 16 more times in a row. Boom, you've got yourself the shiny new sunglasses. Super easy peasy. What is up, my fit gamer? The new sunglasses in World of Warcraft Season of Discovery are breaking the game. They're meant to be ultra rare status symbols, but there's actually a guaranteed way to get them. Most players are wasting hours on methods that don't work. I'll show you the exact steps that developers didn't expect players to discover. These shades aren't just random drops that you can farm. You'll need to follow a secret quest line that's deliberately hidden all across the game world. Think of it as a treasure hunt for the most curious players that also like a challenge. It starts with tracking down ancient Khonsu in an area where most players never go unless you were a warrior in previous phases. And here's the kicker. This isn't just another gear grind. This is Blizzard's love letter to explorers and challenge enthusiasts who crave something different. This sunglasses quest throws traditional WoW out the window and rewards your movement instead. The encounter you'll face isn't just about gear score or rotation mastery. You'll need genuine movement skills, and perhaps most surprisingly, zero movement abilities or movement speed increasing effects are allowed. That's right, some mechanics are practically impossible no matter how much movement or gear your character has. Ready to unlock the coolest accessory in Azeroth? Alright, so we're swapping to an in-game view here, and so we're going to be down here. You're going to make your way down here to Silithus, all the way in the corner. So basically you want to be at the point of this mountain here. If I can zoom in, be at the point of this mountain, and you're going to click on this stone, and it's going to take you to the sky deck. And so that's where we're going to get the buff and also this dedication buff once you defeat him 17 times. So we'll get into Khonsu and all that stuff in a second. But basically, once you defeat him 17 times, get the dedication buff, you're going to type /flex, and boom, your sunglasses are going to go on just like that, and they stay on permanently. And so what we're going to do, we're going to activate, we're going to hit yes. All right, so I've just showed you where the fight is located. Now we're sitting here on this platform. We're going to talk to the guy, select hard mode. Okay, now we're going to go into the fight. We're going to talk about the mechanics. And so first we're going to break down the 4 mechanics that he has. Well, 5 really, but 4 that Khonsu will do until he gets to phase 2. He's got 2 phases. First phase are going to be his mechanics himself, and so he's going to do a side swipe, a left, and a right swipe. He's also going to do a frontal, and then he's going to do an AoE knockback ability. It looks kind of like a purple circle. And so essentially what you're going to do is just memorize kind of the order that he can do things. And so he always will mix them up, but he can never do them back to back. So if he does a side swipe, he cannot do that same side again, for example. Or if he does a frontal, he won't do 2 frontals in a row. What normally gets you, or what got me a lot at least, is when he would do the frontal into the knockback, or the knockback into the frontal. That's one of the hardest mechanics, just because if you're all the way, in the middle of the platform after the frontal, the knockback's kind of hard to get to, or vice versa. You're kind of far out. So just always play kind of close middle to Khonsu, and then you'll get into phase 2. So this is where the ads spawn. And so essentially every class has got pretty good AoE. Use an AoE ability, you can pretty much one-shot them with most gear levels if you're at least like 800 item level. If you don't have great AoE, just try to put a dot up on the ads. They have like 29 health. Some have a shield. They'll die pretty quick. Just try to work your way around. In this phase, though, very important piece here, you want to continue moving, because there's going to be little moonfire beams that come, down from the sky, from the ads and from Khonsu himself. If you stay still, you will get one shot to the beams and you'll die and have to start over. Plus side, though, if you do die to the moonfire beams from the ads, you actually, it won't wipe your stacks, which is great. But essentially, you just repeat this cycle. He's going to do his moveset about 1.5 to 2 times, and then the ads will spawn every single time. He also gains this stacking debuff. And so this is why you don't pop your cooldowns or really worry about damage at all until about the, after the second phase of ads, because he's going to have this damage debuff that stacks, and eventually after the second phase, he'll be taking over 500% damage. That's when you pop all your cooldowns. Like the ideal bit of when you want to pop your cooldowns and go is after you've killed the second set of ads, blow all your cooldowns, because there's not going to be a lot going on, no mechanics to worry about. Just the moonbeams kind of coming from the ceiling that you need to move a little bit for, but that's it. Pop all your cooldowns, blow him up, then dot him up as much as you can, and then he's going to go back to that third set. And if you have enough dots, depending on the class you are, or enough burst damage, you can actually kill him before that third set of ads come out. That's kind of the ideal way to do this and the easiest fashion. All right, now that you've kind of seen where he's located and kind of we've gone over the mechanics and what to actually look for and what it all looks like, I'm going to basically just show you guys a live run really quick on how this goes. So I'm going to transform into form. You have this debuff. You can't use any movement speed abilities. He's going to gain a stacking buff. I'm just going to kind of go through, put my debuffs up just because, like, damage does not matter. I'm pretty much going to I'll do no damage to him and show you guys how much the buff matters. You dodge, side. Now he can only do a frontal and a knockback. So he does the frontal. He's immediately going to do a knockback, so I'm going to get to the corner. Because I know for a fact he can only do that set. Now he can do a swipe. Now he can't do this side swipe. So ad spawn. So he only did about one. So you can just melee all of them you want. Be careful. You can get moonfired right here. So just keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Do not get moonfired by the ads. And then so now you have some downtime. You can do some damage to him. In the second phase, this is where you'll want to pop cooldowns. But this is pretty much it. He's going to do one more little moonfire. Watch out for it. There it is. Now he's going to go back into his moveset. Damage does not matter at all. He's done a side swipe. I can't get hit by this one now. Frontal. Dodge the frontal. Now he can do a knockback and a side swipe. Knockback. Get to the corner. He can do a side swipe now. Now we're kind of back reset. He can do a frontal again. Somehow I'm taking a bunch of damage though. I don't know what this is. I'll actually have to get the chest here in a second. So just kind of auto attack the ads. They die super quick. I'm gonna grab some chests so I can get some health back, and then you do damage here. This is where you pop cooldowns, go ham. Watch your feet though. I guess this is where he'll do the moonfire beam. Don't want to die to that. And so now we go back. Don't worry so much about damage. Now he can do a frontal, and that's about it here. Frontal and knockoff. Watch that. Frontal. He's going to pretty much die here to my bleeds, because that's kind of what Feral Druid is. The ad set spawn, just kind of live here, because he's almost dead. And that's it. Just kind of keep running around in a circle. Everything dies. Once you've killed him, you can literally just jump off. Sounds scary, but it'll teleport you back to the platform, I promise. And once you've done that, you do that 16 more times in a row. Boom, you've got yourself the shiny new sunglasses. Super easy peasy. Blizzard has deliberately designed this quest to bring the community together. And that points to something bigger in WoW Classic. These sunglasses represent a monumental shift in how Blizzard is approaching content. Gone are the days where everything was data mined and posted on a guide within minutes of launch. Now we're seeing truly hidden content that rewards exploration and community collab. Players are sharing clues, forming search parties, and experiencing that magical feeling that defined early WoW. This marks a return to mystery in an age where games rarely surprise us anymore. If this trend continues, we might see WoW Classic transform into something far more player-driven and community-focused than its modern counterpart. And unlike previous seasonal items, these sunglasses have a unique code to their item data. But the real question is, why was I crazy enough to turn this into a fitness challenge?